Welcome back. This is Sandy with Sandy's Organized Chaos, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make that matching coaster to go with that Tropical Christmas Tumbler that I showed you guys on my last tutorial. This is super easy and a great way to really accentuate those tumblers. So let's get to it. So you want to start off with the matching opal that you used on your tumbler. I'm using Moonstone. I have my 4x4 silicone mold that I purchased through PDB Creative Studios. I also have Mermaid from Tim Holtz, that's an alcohol ink, and I have Parvati Pink, which is also an alcohol ink from Kristie Taylor. I will put all this in the description below so that way you guys can find it easily. If you guys remember from my tutorial, or if you haven't seen it, I'll make sure to put a little tab at the top so you can see the tutorial for the matching tumbler. But this is the extra epoxy that I used on my tumbler. So I just, as you see, I poured up some Moonstone in there. Now I love to use Alumilite's Amazing Clear Cast. I've used it for years and I absolutely love Alumilite's Amazing Clear Cast. I'm sorry, I just do. I'm just saying. So that's been sitting for about 10 minutes or so while I did my tumbler, and I'm just going to mix up my Moonstone really well into that epoxy. Now if you're just making the coaster, you didn't do a tumbler, all I did was do one pump each, which is 1 ounce each of A and B into a cup. So that's all you want to use for this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Parvati Pink and I'm going to put some dabs on the coaster, straight onto the, well, hold on, I got to shake it. I forgot, you have to shake the inks. Okay, after I'm done shaking it, I'm going to show you guys, I'm just going to put some dabs right onto the coaster mold. Now I made my dabs just in a triangular shape in this side, and then I made the blue on the other side in another triangular shape. It does not matter how you guys do it. However you want to do it is completely up to you. This is just all abstract because once we pour that epoxy in, it's going to kind of do its own thing anyways. My goal here was just to make it match that tumbler as much as possible. I wanted it to look almost like watercolors once it came out of the mold. So now I'm going to take my epoxy that I had sitting over there and I'm just going to pour it right into the mold. Mainly I want to pour it right into the center to kind of keep those two colors kind of separated, so you just want to make sure to do that. Just pour a little bit on each side, scoop it out as much as you can, and it's as easy as that. That's our base coaster. The only thing I really did after this was just make sure everything was filled in really well, and then I came through and just kind of smushed around the colors just a little bit just to kind of help out with it. But like I said, as this epoxy cures, it's going to do its own thing. So no matter how much you try to make it look the way you want it to, it's going to do its own thing and come out the way it wants to come out. Now after I'm done doing this, I'm just going to take it and I'm going to pick it up and drop it a couple times on my table, which will help release any of those air bubbles that might be stuck in the chunky glitters. Then I'm going to place it on my flattest surface, or most level surface I have, which is where my turner is. So I'm going to place it on my turner and let that cure for at least 8 to 12 hours. Now as you can see here, a lot of those inks really rose to the surface and everything just kind of did its own thing. So no matter what you did, it's always going to come out abstract. Now I'm just going to pull it out of the coaster mold and take a look, and that is exactly the look I was going for. I am so happy with these colors. What do you guys think? Now I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife and I'm just going to kind of trim up the back a little bit. Any sharp pieces I want to make sure that I cut off, and I'll actually even take some sandpaper and just kind of sand that down just a little bit as well. Now on transparent water slide paper, I'm just going to print out coordinating files that I had done on my tumbler to match, and I'll make sure to put all this into the description below so that way you guys can check that out as well. I also wanted to do something that would coordinate with the pinstriping that I did. So what I did was I took a square, I'm taking another square and I just shrunk it down ever so slightly. I'm going to center that all up, I'm going to slice it and cut out the middle of that square. Then I'm going to size it to the size that I want, which I only wanted about 2.5. I think the inside of that square is about 3, so I didn't want it too big. I'm going to take my square, I'm going to duplicate it, turn it just askew ever so slightly. And then I'm going to pull it off to the side and I'm going to weld it, and there's our fancy square piece that went into the middle of my coaster. Get everything cut, and I'm gonna get everything printed out, and then we're gonna go outside and give our water slide paper a nice coat of clear coat. I like to use Rust-Oleum's 2x Ultra Clear. It works the best for me. I go up and down, side to side, give it a couple swirls, and it's good to go. Now we're back inside, and I'm gonna weed and cut everything out really quick. Because this is transparent water slide paper, you just want to cut as close as you possibly can to your images, because you won't be able to see it once we apply it to the coaster. Now that everything is cut, I'm going to go ahead and prep my square. I'm just going to put some transfer tape over it and get it cut and ready, and make sure that it's the size that I want it inside of my coaster. So I'm just going to do that really quick. Now I had some extra pineapples that I had done up from my tumbler that I did, and I went ahead and printed out the flamingo because I didn't know for sure what I wanted to do yet. So we'll go from here and just decide if I want to add the flamingo or not. I'm going to lay down my flowers first because I want the square to go on top of those, so I went ahead and soaked them in water, slid them onto my coaster, and then I'm just going to dry it really well. After I am done applying the flowers and the little palm fronds here, I went ahead and I let that sit for a good hour, if not longer than that, before I applied any type of vinyl decals, because if you add it a little too soon, it will peel off your decals. You want to make sure that everything in the center is completely dry and won't move when you go to apply your vinyls. I can't stress this enough. Wherever your imagination takes this for you guys, let it take you there. There is no right or wrong when it comes to making art. It is all in the eye of the beholder. Whatever you feel looks right, do it that way. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up really quick, and then like I said, I'm gonna let it sit and dry for no less than an hour, if not longer. Okay guys, make sure you do that because you don't want these decals to peel up on you. Okay, it's been over an hour and everything's nice and dry, and I am ready to apply my little square decal in the center of my coaster. I'm just going to very haphazardly pull it off there. There we go. And then I'm just going to kind of eyeball it and line it up the best that I can into the center. I'm going to press just the vinyl decal down really well, and then I'm going to peel back my transfer tape. Now that it's all peeled back, I just went back through and made sure everything was down really well. And then we are ready to add our little decals in the center. Now, like I said, I had the pineapple and I had the flamingo. I didn't know which one I liked, so I went ahead and I put both into my water, and then I put both onto the coaster to decide from there what I wanted to do. As you could see, once I laid the flamingo down, you really couldn't see it all that well, and I didn't really like it, so I went ahead and I just pulled that off and I stuck with my Christmas pineapple. So I went ahead and I dried up my I centered it first, there we go. I centered my pineapple, and then I dried it off really well. You want to make sure there is no water left in this coaster, none, especially when you apply your epoxy. You don't want any water left behind. So you want to let this dry again for as long as you want it to. Now I did add my name to it as well because, you know, I'm a little extra. So I went ahead and I added my name to it before I added the epoxy. You just want to make sure everything's super dry is all. Now I did another 1 pump each of my Alumilite's Amazing Clear Cast, and I mixed that together really well. And there we go. Yes, I have my fancy lighter and all that. I went ahead and put that into the center. We're gonna hit it with that fancy torch. I did this probably about 3 times. I let it sit just a little bit in between, making sure those bubbles would rise to the top. I'd hit it with my torch each time, and then I let it sit, and I'm gonna let it cure for about 2 to 3 days before I can use it. And there she is, all sparkly and done. Whether you take this design and try to duplicate it, or you take it and let it inspire you to make something completely your own. I hope that you guys had a lot of fun watching this tutorial today. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any more tips, vlogs, tutorials, products, I don't know, all kinds of stuff I have coming your way, and I will see you guys next time.